influence that prevents decay? Or are we the kind of influence that goes along with it? Kita ba ang influensya na magpahunong sa prevents decay? Saan mo pag-isayaan? Magpahunong sa pagkadugta sa usa ka tao? O kita ba ang influensya na magpadugang sa pagkadugta sa iyang karakter? So you have to decide to lead or to influence people toward the right direction. The direction that is stated in the Bible. No? Towards God. Okay? Have you ever noticed that it is easier to be good when you are with some people, and then it is easier to be bad when you are with other people as well? Ha? Meron ba kayong mga kaibigan na pag nagsimula na silang mag-chismis, eh yung buong barkada nyo ay nag-chismis na? Meron ba ganon? At meron ba kayong kaibigan na just the mere presence na nandun siya, you would think twice about gossiping? What kind of influence are we? Are we the type who would prevent decay in people's character, or are we the type who goes along with it? Decide to lead people or to influence people in the right direction. Which one are we? Number 2, we have to build relationship with those we want to influence. Huh? We are the salt of the earth, sabi ng Bible. Sa verse 13, you are the salt of the earth. We are the salt of the earth. But if a salt remains in the salt shaker, doesn't do any good, right? And nandun lang naman siya sa garapon eh, yung salt. Sa loob lang siya ng church. The salt has to be, dapat it has to come in contact with food or something para magkaroon ng effect. Amen? So we have to get close to people we want to influence. We want to build relationship with them, know them. And sometimes, ayaw natin eh. Kasi it's too risky to build relationship. Remember, Jesus spent most of his time trying to build relationship or building relationship with his disciples. Most of the time, he is alone with them, trying to know them, mentoring them. Pinakita ni Jesus yung example na yan eh. Di ba? We are to build relationships. It's very hard to influence someone na nandito ka at nandun sila. Di ba? Alam niyo ngayon, gone are the days when somebody would talk in front and then sasabihin niya, ganito gawin niyo, ganon. There was a pastor, tapos sabi niya, meron siyang isang member na talagang napakaswail na member niya. And then he was like preaching, no? The day of the Lord, that He's gonna come back, babalik na ng Diyos, we should change our ways. And then, this guy is not even, hindi umi-epekto sa kanya. And then one day, nagkaroon sila ng evening service, nagkaroon ng malakas na storm. Tiyempo, nandun na si pastor, magbibigay na siya ng sermon. Iisa lang ang member na pumunta. Sino yan? Yung Ismael pa. Sabi ng pastor, this is a very good opportunity for me. He's the only one who's here. I'm gonna preach. I'm gonna preach na character, godlike character. Okay, bawal magsugal. No, you don't have to gamble. Give up your smoking. He was preaching to that person. And so, the person looking, and there was no one there, after the service, kasi dalawa lang sila ng pastor, pinapitan niya yung pastor. Sabi niya, Pastor, that was a very good sermon. Too bad the others are not here. See? Why? Hindi niya mapapaniwalaan because he did not build a relationship with that member. Okay? Don't tell me. Come here, know me, and show me. Okay? Ganun na yung mga tao ngayon. Hindi na sila yung tipong makikinig lang at susunod. Okay? Come here, know me, and show me. Don't just tell me. Build relationship. So number 1 would be decide that you would influence people in the right direction, toward the right direction. Number 2 would be build a relationship with those you want. Okay? What I learned about influencing other people is this. If you try to tell people what to do, they won't hear you. If you go to them, build relationship with them, show to them how it's done, they will hear you. Number 3, verse 13. Again, you are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. Number 3 is to live a life of integrity. I heard a preacher once said, integrity is when you're alone. Sabi nila. So, ibig sabihin, you have to live a life of integrity whether on or off display. Okay? Live a life of integrity. The starting point for influencing others, basically, it's not what you do, but what you are. It is what you are. What are you? What kind of Christian are you? Okay? Halfway Christians, so yung mga half-baked Christians, don't influence anyone like they could. It is the other way around. They ended up being, the situation ends up the other way around. The world influenced them, rather than them influencing the world. What are you? Okay? Are you a half-baked Christian? Are you somebody who is fully surrendered his life to the Lord? Or baka pag-baptize sa'yo, meron nga joke eh. Narinig ko kay pastor eh. Pag-baptize daw eh, yung right hand nakaganon eh. Hindi nalubog kaya nanununtok pa yung right hand. Okay, the right hand can still hurt someone. Okay. Halfway Christians, that's like salt that lost its flavor. It's not worth anything. You might as well throw it in the trash can. If we want to influence our families, friends, co-workers, children, etc., etc., we've got to start by being the right kind of people. Okay? And don't just do it to influence others. Do it because that is your expression, your love for God. Sabi sa 1 John 5:3, this is the love for the Lord, you keep His commandments. 1 John 5:3. Okay? We are reminded that obedience to God's command is how we express our deep love for Him. There was when I was reading online, there's a story about a quarterback, I'm sure Jeff is very aware of this because it's his sport, American football. No? So, somebody who would hold the ball and would call the plays and would pass. No? Yung mga passing, ganun. Siya yung nagpapasa. Okay? The defense would protect him. And then he would call the plays and pass. No? He would call the offense. His name is Roger Staubach. Okay? I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. I'm not really familiar about American football. But in 1971, he led the Dallas Cowboys into the championship. Champion sila. Okay? Sa Super Bowl. Yata. I don't know. Or sa NFL. Sorry. And then, sabi niya, throughout the season, hindi siya yung tumatawag ng play. Hindi siya yung nag-decide ng play. It was his coach. Okay? This person had an issue with obedience. Ayaw niya yung iba yung tumatawag ng play. No? Pag sabi ng coach, number 2 yung play, hindi, number 1. Ganun. Pero he was forced na iba yung tatawag ng play kasi meron silang parang headphones maririnig nila yung tinig ng coach nila. His coach will tell him what play to call, when to pass, when to run. No? And then, when he practiced obedience, that's when he achieved victory. That's the same thing. God is our coach. Okay? God will tell you what to do. When to say yes. When to say no. Where will we find that? Here. It's the Bible. Okay? When we do that, when we keep God's commandments, we live with integrity. Okay? So that is number 3. Live with integrity. A real relationship with God is the starting point of influencing others. You cannot share something that you don't have. Hindi mo pwedeng i-share kung ano yung wala ka. Hindi mo naman pwedeng kunin yung sa silingan niyo.